to talk about Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper we need to discuss. Again, I didn't get to it at the time, but like I said, some of these older articles and shit we're gonna spin them back. We're gonna get to it. But anyways, Chance the Rapper explains how he reignited his confidence after the big day. Y'all remember the big day. I came on here, I killed that motherfucker. I said that shit is basura. I don't even know how many songs was on that shit, but that was like a 22 pack of ass. That shit was garbaggio. Trash. Now I do like Chance the Rapper, so I'm done with my buffoonery and tomfoolery. I do like him as a musician. But the big day wasn't for me, and I was cool with that. It wasn't the best album. He seen the backlash. People wasn't expecting that. And it was one of those he had to get his confidence back. Shit. So let's talk about it again. It was just a good story he told. So, Just the Rapper interview with Shannon Sharpe comes after he put out his new project Starline, basically in September or August, whenever the fuck it dropped. Also, again, I know I didn't do a review of that album on this channel, but it was a very good project. I'll definitely tell you go listen to it. And what he was talking about on a very, very, very moving and powerful, bro. Just Chance as a human, because again, a lot of these people is famous. We don't really know these people, but he feels like such a genuine dude. From the music and just how his character is and how he moves in life, he just feels like a genuine person, and that's what I truly respect and cherish about Chance the Rapper. But let's get into it. So, Chance the Rapper recently admitted that his confidence was shaken after the backlash of his debut studio album, The Big Day, in 2019. That was bad. Anyways, despite the project debuting at number 2 on the US Billboard 200, fans and critics online almost universally bashed it. Chance discussed the reaction to the project during a recent interview with Shannon Sharpe as caught by uproar. Hell yeah, he said when asked if the drama hurts his confidence. When you're an artist, you might sing in the shower, you might write some raps that you never put out. But like at the end of the day, you publish work. You put out stuff with the intention of people liking it. You want people to love your music. A little while after I dropped, I started to feel this intense criticism, really only on the internet, and it took me a long time to recognize that part. But I felt it so intently and it was such a first-time feeling, and that second-guessed myself for a second. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, because everything at that point Chance was dropping, like, everybody loved him. He was like a darling. Everybody loved him. We thought he was cool. We thought he was like the next up. Like, people were saying like this dude could get Drake out of here. I know, crazy at the time, but at the time it didn't make sense because like, bro, he was just golden. So even though it was golden, he was a golden child. It was just crazy at that point. Anyways, where am I at? From there, he explained that working on the music video for his song, The Heart and the Tongue, helped him regain his confidence and emerge from a creative funk. I think what really helped me get out of that was becoming creative again, but in a different way, he stated. I started working with cameras, I started learning film and learning cinematography, basically putting myself through a fake film school. Once I made that song and that video and put it out to be like, look at how good this video was, everybody was like, no, look at how good them raps is. Keep rapping. And I had to keep rapping and making those videos. Sometimes you just gotta focus on some other shit. And again, I know later on him and his missus split up, so that could have also been another thing that he had to work on and get his mental right and all that. Again, I know a lot of the time these people seem like, oh, we're rich, we don't got no issues, this and that and this, but they do go through some shit. So we do have to give them some type of slack. Don't get me wrong, some of the motherfuckers be flexing like shit is just simple, but they regular people. By the way, if you hear some shit in the background, my bad. You heard me, my bad. But anyways, fans in the comments section on YouTube shared supportive messages for Chance. I've never seen so many people switch up on an artist after one bad album as much as Chance. For him to have acid rap and coloring book under his belt is already enough to be considered a genius. Really hope he has an insane comeback, when user wrote. Another added, I must admit, I was unaware of the extent of negative opinions regarding the big date. Nigga, it was bad. I remember being on the internet during that time. Nigga, it was bad. Everybody was killing that project. I mean, everybody. Nigga, toddlers were killing that shit. Like, it was ridiculous. I remember. Personally, I found the album enjoyable upon its release. Keep doing your thing, Channel. Chance the Rapper released his latest album, Sternline, back in August, finally following up on the big day after 6 years. It features collaborations with Jay Electronica, Jasmine Sullivan, Lil Wayne, Simo, Tia Corinne, Vic Mensa, and Young Thug, amongst others. Young Thug was on that project. I don't even remember that nigga being there. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, bro, I just had to talk about this. Again, I remember a lot of the times in my past I did talk about Chance and, his beef he was having with the manager over the big day and all this other shit. So I do like to have stuff like this when Chance is speaking his mind and talking and shit. I do think like we have to talk about it low key. So again, I do encourage it, as well as, like I said, sorry for the background noise, niggas be chained. But I do think it's good. Again, this project is good. And one thing I remember specifically saying after listening to the project was Chance just sounds better. He's going through some stuff. He's dealing with some stuff. He's more, I guess, expressive. And, he's back to it. And maybe he had to take that break to understand what it was. Now, the people that was just disrespectful and wanted him to leave his significant other and all this other shit, like, y'all was tweaking, y'all was doing too much. But yes, the album wasn't the best. I am one of those people. I was like, this shit is ass. You know what I'm saying? But again, I like that he's in a better place. I like that he's making music again. I like that he took the time to at least, like, not even second guess yourself, but do other things and get back to it. A lot of the time, people remember the fall, but they don't remember the get back. And I feel like this is the start of the get back. And I can't wait to see what new music Chance does drop. And we will sit here and we'll talk about it. And definitely next time I'm doing a review. I did Chance a disservice, and that is my fault. Definitely next project. I'm here with the camera on. To 1 to 100, hopefully to more you. And I'm going to give my thoughts about it. But anyways, what do y'all think? Comments down below, links in the description. Besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ Del Wilder doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You try to hit a little bit more to hear me and I'm gone. Shalom, Zoom, peace, shells, gang. Aye.